Alrighty guys, so it's another Saturday morning here. The shop is already warmed up and the heat's off at the moment until it kicks on behind me in the background, which will probably be shortly. So these two machines I bought September, I'm gonna say. I've had these things and it is now December, and I'm just starting to monkey with them a little bit. I want to try and get this, what I'm gonna call, assembled machine. There's no serial number on it. When I got this lot of parts, was there two fan shrouds with it? I think they were both 1953s, if I'm not mistaken, something along those lines. And the fan shroud was tore up pretty bad, so I'm assuming somebody swapped it with another one and never put the serial number tag on it. So if I get this machine running, I may do that. But see what kind of demons we have to deal with. On the positive side, it turns over. The negative side is it doesn't feel like it has any compression. But I can hear air coming out of the transmission breather, so pretty sure the piston's moving, so and the mag's not snapping. So typical magneto work. All the carb butterflies move, throttle shaft moves, choke shaft works. I think you guys can see that. Main jet is on it. Still has a steel fuel line. Sediment bowl is missing the glass on the bottom of the tank. Who knows, I might have even done that while I was moving it around the other night. It's possible. Who knows. But let's see if we can't get it running. So, where do you guys want to start? I guess I ought to start with the oil level, see what's in it. Because if there's none in it, well, this did not have an attachment on it when I got it. There's no blade on this deck. I put the deck on it to help keep the water out of the transmission. So we'll let's start with that. We'll attempt to check the oil level. I don't know if this has the tricock or the bolt. Yeah, it does have like the wing nut style. Take it out and see if anything comes out. I kind of doubt it, just the way it feels, but I've been wrong before. A little bit of crud on the end of it, but nothing has come out. So we'll stick a little bit in it and just see what happens. Maybe even before I do that, I'll pull the cylinder head and just see what we're working with, because if the cylinder is total garbage, there's no reason for me to proceed. So we'll do that. Alright, be back in a few minutes, guys. Jesus. Alright guys, let's see if we can't pull the cylinder head off. See if we have any bolts break or anything. Not break, but we got a rounded one already. Rounded one. For anybody curious, I am using a 6-point socket. That one's pretty tight. Socket. One plate. to do, I'm going to get a 12mm socket and hammer it down on there. Give me a moment. Figure you guys might get a laugh. I still have a head bolt stuck in there from the last time I did this. Okay, let me get that out of there. Okay, sorry for the delay, Mr. Editing Guy. It took a minute to get that out of there. Before you guys ask, I've done this quite a few times. That's why I know. That's how I know it'll work. Now the catch-22 is get your socket back. Come on. Come on. Give it to me. Give it to me. Now you want to. I can see it. Come on. Come on, we'll get the other one loose. Note to self, buy more 12mm sockets. Oh, you son of a bitch. Okay, I guess we'll go back to the bench vise again. BRB. Got it? I lost the bolt under the vise somewhere, but not any good to us. So. You guys are still awake over there, I hope. Call that a success. We didn't break it. That's the main thing. I can always get new bolts. So what do we got going behind door number 1 here? Head gasket looks okay, except for the mold and moss and stuff growing on it. Cylinder, from what I can see, you guys can't see anything here. Hold on. Near as I can tell, the bore looks pretty decent. You almost think it was just rebuilt. Hold on, let me get you guys off the stand here in a second, and I'll come back. Okay, so looking down in here, it looks fairly decent. Most of it looks like just the rust particles that's been drugged down through here. I'll take the shop vac and suck it out before I go any further. Check out this intake valve. Look how it's like flush with the head. I don't even know if that intake valve's been moving. You see, it's supposed to be up like that. That one is way down in. Way down in. So let me blow this out and then I'll get some oil down the cylinder before I crank it over too much more and do more harm than I do good. So, bring you guys back. 1 bar of battery I used up already. Wow. So guys, near as I can tell, everything looks pretty good. That intake valve is a little bit suspect to me, but I don't know if I can find the mark and show it to you guys, but okay, yeah, I see it now. I don't know if the camera's picking up the glare of the light. There, I think you guys can see it there, but it is a 30 thousandths over piston. So, but other than that, everything looks pretty good. And this is normally what I do when I get something running. I fill it up with a little bit of oil and then just spin it over by hand for a little bit and just kind of look at things. Because you guys can see the rust and dirt is pulling off the cylinder well. There, you guys can see it. but it oils up the bore, and while it's scraping that stuff off, it's got lubrication. So, nothing appears like it's stuck or anything. It's leaving normal end gap rings. Motor turns over alright. A little bit stiff, but best of my knowledge, there's no oil in it. Is there a fan belt on it? Yeah, there is. Is the fan turning on this one? No. So I'd have to tighten up that fan belt or put a new one on it. So, let's sit here with it the whole way down. I just want to... can't get my finger on any of the marks, so... The other thing I like to do is I'll let it sit, and then I'll take some of them blue shop towels, and I'll wipe the dirty stuff out, and I'll just keep doing it till I stop getting dirt and stuff out of it, and I'm in the process of doing it to that too. That one there, I guess I could pull off and just run a hone down through it. Light hone it. But I don't see anything alarming up here, so we'll just, like I said, I'm going to clean it out here. And I guess I'll bring it up past top dead center and take the mag off and look at that, and then put a little bit of gas in the carb and just see if it runs out the bottom, see if it'll start. If it would start, that would be great. Will we get to start today? Who knows? No stuck valve or nothing, so I'm mildly impressed. So, monkey with them couple things, and I'll be back, guys. And this does have a bolt in the axle flange, like a LI. I think you guys can see it. Right there at that white spot. So it should be an LI, so it's 55 or newer is when they started that. Interesting. Okay. Anyhow, bring you guys back in a bit. Alright guys, so I decided I would drain the oil, and I tell you there was a good bit of water in there, that's for sure. You can see the water kind of coagulating with the oil in there, but it's mainly water. So put some cheap 1030 in her, and I'll probably put a new oil filter on just because I have a bunch of them. So somebody has made up these lines. It's also plumbed incorrectly. Because see, it's got the line coming up to the pump, and then it tees off back here. In reality, this is a low pressure block, I'm pretty sure. Well, I know it's got the intake cam sticking out, so it has to be. Or low volume pump, sorry. So it should go to a T on the side of the block first, but for right now, we'll just put it together and see what it does. I still got to work on the mag and everything yet. Haven't really. All I did was drain the oil out and take some pictures and bring you guys back. So getting kind of, it's a little after 11 here on Saturday. So put the cylinder head back on. Scavenge up 2 more head bolts, maybe, because I had 2 rounded ones I took off. So okay, be back in a bit again. Maybe when we take the mag off and look at it, see what it looks like. Alright guys, I cleaned the points. Got the spark, got the impulse working. See if I can show you guys here. I don't know if it showed up there or not. My alligator clip is not the best in the world, so I know it sparked that time for sure, but I don't know if you guys saw it. Problem is because I'm holding the camera, whenever I jump, you can't see it. And if the broken spot of the wire is up against the case, then it won't arc at the plug, it arcs at the case. Basically, it arcs at the least resistance to ground. It is not arcing now, is it? I did that time. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't seeing it. Anyhow, mag's working. So, here's the other way. I'll show you guys. Oop. It is working. Like I said, I gotta be careful with the alligator clip. Try not to shock myself. No better than that. So, toss that back on the tractor and I guess give it a little bit of gas and just see if it'll start and run. See what happens. Alrighty guys, so here's where I'm going to leave it for the morning. Basically, I'm to the point of tightening up the fan belt, putting the cylinder head back on, and throwing a little bit of gas to it and just see if she'll light off and go. I did, when I checked it, have spark on the tractor. Let's see if it'll do it again. Nope. Nope. I didn't see spark that time, but it's not on shiny metal either. Yep, really won't have spark now. Alright. Hopefully you guys saw that. I don't know if it got washed out or not. Do it one more time. I don't have to shake the camera. Sorry guys. Pretty sure you guys saw the spark. It has spark on the tractor. Just it's firing right at TDC, so it's right. It might just be a smidge past it, which is good. So after I go and eat lunch here, I'll before I introduce any fuel into it, I'll crank it over. Just to make sure the oil pump is working. The other thing I could do, and I might do this too, while I'm inside, I'll tip it back and put a block under the front or something, and that way it'll redneck prime the oil pump. So when I come back out, I won't have to crank on it a while. So all right. I gotta free up the high-low shifter too. It's bound up down there, so I might heat that up before I go in. Yeah, I'll save that. So okay, see you guys after lunch. For you guys in 3, 2, 1. Alright guys, after lunch, I've done quite a bit here. I haven't done much videoing. I think I had the mag put back on before I went for lunch. Yes, I did. Since then, I've put the cylinder head back on. I got the high-low linkage unstuck enough that it'll go back and forth. At least I can push it into high and low. It won't lock. It's actually the rod is bound up inside the lever. And that's going to take some persuasion and heat for another day. And at the moment, I have no idea if this thing's any good or not, so I'm not going to invest that kind of time. But I have freed up the fan bearings as best I can, so the belt will at least spin it a little bit while we're trying to start it. I have put a little bit of gas in it. I just got back from going and getting some more gas to try and start this. So what I'm going to do, since I have learned a little bit in my older age, I'm going to pull this outside, add a little bit of gas to it, and I'll bring the electric start card out and we'll try and crank this baby over and see if she goes, blows, or what happens here. So stay tuned guys. I really wish this deck had a blade on it. I would try it, but don't have one. I could put a MA106 drive on it if it works. And it'll only lock in high range. I use it in high range, it don't matter. Haven't decided if I'm going to cobble up a muffler or not yet. Add it to the list.